this one as I am. Some of the league's most exciting talent on the floor.
Oh, my, man. I am most definitely up for this one. With the athleticism on both sides, there's going to be no shortage of highlights.
And here's Memphis's starting group. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Pippen in at the small forward.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be like a pinball machine, the way that scoreboard's going to light up.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Yep, count it. Here's Morant. From deep. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Tipped away. Stolen by Bane. Outside for Morant. There's the drive. They get it back. Here's the three. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Opting for the quick shot there, Morant trying to outpace the defense.
Clark, with Minnesota being a major player in the West now, Wolves Nation is howling.
Howling and growling, B.A. That's the name of their fan base. And, yeah, they're excited. And for good reason. Not only is this team competitive, but they can be downright dominant at times, especially at the defensive end of the floor. Easy group to cheer for.
Now here's DiVincenzo. That three's off the mark. Morant surveying the floor. Another missed shot. He's 1 of 5, looking shaky out there. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Hey, we use the term explosive a lot, but Edwards, this guy is explosive times 3.
And Morant gets it to go.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. For 3, DiVincenzo. Memphis with a rebound. Edey's got 4 rebounds now. Outside Bane. Takes a 3. And another 3 for Memphis.
Not just an aggressive scorer, Morant is also a fantastic distributor.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. He said Ja Morant is so good and so entertaining that some guys on both teams just stand around and watch him. He told his players, if you let him get to the rim and do something spectacular, you're not only giving up points, you're energizing the guys around him. Coach wants to prevent the highlight reel kind of plays.
Thanks for that, Allie. Here's Gobert after the basket by Memphis. Gobert with a screen on Bane. And here's Edwards outside. And can't get it. He's now 1 of 3. And here's Memphis now. It's been 8 unanswered for them. The drive by Morant. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And the bounce that Morant possesses is unlike anyone else at his position. Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win.
Now here's Morant. Give him 8 points now. The 3 from Bane. Yes, and a nice assist from Jackson. Bane's got 9.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Edwards fires from way outside. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
The competitive fire of Anthony Edwards, admirable, going right back at him.
Knocks down the triple.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Here's Edwards. Count it. Good. 7 points in the game.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And tearing them to shreds tonight. You know, when a player as versatile as Morant starts going off, look out.
And Minnesota with possession here. After the basket by Memphis on the other end. Edwards, that's good.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Grizzlies lead by 7. Right side Morant. Here's Edey. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Oh, he'll wear you down with the way he grinds it out on the offensive glass.
The shake. Here's Edwards. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Composed and cool effort from Edwards inside. Not rushing himself or forcing a bad shot. Taking what's available.
Pass to Pippen. The three. It's rebounded by Minnesota. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Boy, what a throwdown by the well-built 6'9" Julius Randle with power.
Here's Morant. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And they keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies closing out. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Memphis.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And also, I haven't seen a lot of resistance from the defense when it comes to limiting their points in transition.
And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves. After 3 straight playoff appearances, the Grizzlies sadly missed the postseason in 2024.
You know, really, by no fault of their own, BA. Injuries ruined what fans were hoping would be a big year for them. You know, it just goes to show there's no safe bets in this league.
Kennard for 3. Pure from 3-point range.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Here's Jackson, and there's the drive, and the dunk by Jackson.
The big man moves. Jackson Jr. with the nice conversion off the drive.
DiVincenzo, pass to Edwards. DiVincenzo against Kennard. It's tipped. And they're running. On up the court. And the dunk by Jackson.
I mean, big-time finish from Jackson. He is a force out there.
For 3, DiVincenzo. Offensive board. Gobert. For 3, Randall. He buries it from 3. Randall's got 6 points in the quarter.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Kennard for 3. Here's Huff. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
I love the strength shown by Jackson there, refusing to let the defense have the last word.
Here's Edwards. Edwards rises up and powers it down.
Oh, a spectacular windmill jam.
No denying the power on that dunk.
Truly outrageous, guys.
Well, Clark, playing time is so difficult to come by. So what's the best way to stay ready if you're on the end of the bench?
Yeah, that's a good question, D. I never experienced that as a starter in the short career that I had in the NBA. With all the travel, I think you've just got to make a commitment to get in the extra work between the few practices that you have. So it's really being self-motivated as an individual to be professional and anticipate that you're going to be ready if your number's called.
Here's the pick. 3-pointer. Pass to Pippen. Another shot. Kicks it out to Kennard. 6 on the shot clock. Tries yet again. And the basket by Aldama. And the Grizzlies lead by 11.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Memphis has gone 1 of 4 from 3-point land here in the second. Edey for 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Randall, another bucket. He continues to expand his offensive game.
Here's Aldama. Pass to Edey. To the right side. Here's Pippen. DiVincenzo covering. Aldama right side. Here's Edey. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And here's Edwards outside. The rebound by Edey. Edey's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Oh, a really deep three that time. Kennard's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, if you let him shoot freely, you're going to give up a lot of trays.
Here's Edwards. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
How about the work ethic of Anthony Edwards? Not to mention that linebacker build and the sweet shooting stroke. But what he wants most is to see his team succeed. That's what you love about AE.
And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Miller comes in for Julius Randle. Ingles, he's checked in for McDaniels. And Mike Conley is subbed in for DiVincenzo. Back to Morant. Pass to Huff. Soft touch off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 14.
And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get uglier. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber.
And so it's Memphis going into the break up 12. They've been fantastic pushing the ball. Fast break points a key to this lead. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
On the court right now for the Grizzlies. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. John Conchar is out there with Santi Aldama. And it's Huff in at the 5, roaming the paint. Conchar can't hit. Timberwolves trail by 12. Got a hand on it. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. On defense, the Grizzlies. From deep, Conley. He drops it from range.
Nice, sweet lefty stroke from Mike Conley. It really worked on that part of his game.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. In the paint, Morant puts it in.
Because of his ability to elevate and make adjustments in air, Morant has no trouble scoring inside.
And one thing that Morant has always been elite at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Graham.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Edey's checked in for Huff. Stevens comes in for Conchar. And it's Pippen in for Bane.
The boundless athleticism Morant has is really special. He's someone that is always in attack mode.
From deep, Conley. Stevens with a rebound.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
Launches a 3. Oh, Morant sinks the triple.
Yeah, Morant showing a bit of confidence knocking down that 3.
Timberwolves trail by 15. They need this. The rebound by Edey. Edey's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Pippen. No good with the triple. Minnesota's gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Conley's got 6 points.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Oh, the vertical of Morant is simply incredible. I mean, he's fantastic at using it to his advantage on the inside.
And another 3 for Minnesota.
And the D's got to be better. I mean, that's a high-quality look for him.
Outside Morant. Fires the 3. And Conley grabs the miss. And it's Conley with the ball for Minnesota. 11-point game. For 3. Offensive rebound.
And they've won the battle on the board so far, and the scoreboard reflects that.
For the effort level they've had has been outstanding. Hard to keep a team down when they play with that much energy.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Outside Reed. Takes a 3. No good there.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often. Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he does. That's what we call helium. Yeast rising and helium floating.
Good on the shot. Alexander Walker's got 8 here in this quarter.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
And here's Morant outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And it's Alexander Walker penetrating, and the layup is good. Alexander Walker's got 10 points here in the second half.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Here's Pippen. Here's Edey. Outside Morant. Pass to Aldama. Here's Pippen. He's guarded by Conley. Hits the 3-pointer. Pippen's got 6.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
Conley passes to Ingles. And here's Alexander Walker. Driving inside. Outside Reed from behind the arc. Grizzlies with the rebound. Edey's got a rebound number 12 here already in the game. And they get it back. Aldama outside. Pass to Morant.
Hey, yo, right here.
5 on the clock. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Dynamic. I mean, every night Morant makes incredible plays, and that extends as well to his passing. Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Minnesota shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And so Reed nails them both. Memphis leading by 15. Kennard. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Beautiful play design, well diagrammed. Anytime you get a dunk off an inbounds play, you know your strategy is on point.
Let's go with a 3. That one doesn't drop. Outside Bain. Here's Huff. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
Great job.
Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Memphis, totaling 26 points and showing no signs of letting up anytime soon. We'll be right back with you shortly. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Ed is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Memphis leading by 17. Here's Wells with the drive, and he banks in the layup.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Got to D him up better than that. He's simply too good from beyond the arc.
Kennard for 3. Fires in the triple. And the Grizzlies lead by 19.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
For three, DiVincenzo. Huff pulls it in. The Grizzlies have gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the fourth. Here's Jackson. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Just a load to deal with inside. When Jackson Jr. goes up strong, he puts the defense in difficult situations.
He does not get the second one. Timberwolves trail by 19. For three, DiVincenzo. Edwards, the pass to DiVincenzo. Gets the 3 ball to go. DiVincenzo's got 9 points in the quarter.
Sweet shooting from DiVincenzo. Really comfortable getting that shot up quickly.
Outside Bain. Fires from deep. And again, it's Memphis missing.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Counted from distance.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
The quick feed of Morant. He's so dangerous when he's cutting to the rim.
Here's DiVincenzo. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
You know what? Teams can get a little 3-happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Pass to Gobert. And blocked with his palm. What a defensive play. From deep, Morant. Ooh, the Grizzlies with another miss.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check. And was maybe a step out of his range.
Power it home!
Oh, wow! Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
DiVincenzo, pass to Edwards. Oh, Anthony Edwards, a rainmaker.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Yeah, teams try to get physical with Morant, but he shows exceptional body control off the contact.
Timberwolves trail by 10. DiVincenzo, pass to Randall. 58 seconds left in the game. And here's Edwards outside. Memphis with a rebound.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him. Well, now it's just a matter of watching the sand fall through the hourglass. This game is wrapped up in a strong showing for the Grizzlies.
When you look at their assist totals, you can see why it was easier for them to score. The ball was really popping tonight.
And good things seem to happen when you're patient and willing to make the next pass. Their offense has flowed really well.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Ja Morant.
Anytime they needed a bucket, they put the ball in his hands and say, go make a play. It was impressive to watch. And that bucket from beyond the arc puts them within reach. He's really been putting that shot to work.
You bet he has. I mean, working overtime. The triple's been his bread and butter in this ball game. Nothing but butter. Sweet butter.
For three, DiVincenzo. The rebound by Jackson.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
And he's unable to get the second one. Time called here. The Timberwolves decide to talk it over. 1 second left in the game. All right, guys, what do you think?
Trying to extend this one, but it seems futile.
You know what? I'm sure crazier things have happened, or maybe not. It's a long shot, though.
So Memphis wins it. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. You know, you have two choices. You can either succumb to
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the music. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
Defense looking for answers.
fans of fireworks, Doris might be a little disappointed in this one.
Right, Kev, but if you love gritty defensive play, this is the place to be. Listen, we may not get spectacular buckets, but I guarantee you every point is going to be well earned.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. At the guard positions, Van Fleet and Green. Brooks is out there with Amen Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the 5 down low.
Solid job of moving the ball by Green, setting up a teammate.
And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Drills it from outside.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I did have a chance to talk with Minnesota's head coach. He told me that Şengün won't be easy to contain. He pointed to his passing ability and said they can run their offense through him whether he's in the post or at the top of the key. He added in scoring, and he presents a unique challenge. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And the basket by Edwards.
Boy, that was deep. Anthony Edwards testing the limitations of his range on that one.
Tries the spin move. Brooks for 3. Rebound, Minnesota. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Rockets have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And it's Green missing. Here's Minnesota. They've got a 10-0 run going. For 3, Edwards. Thompson with the rebound. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Brooks from outside. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Here's McDaniels. They get it again. Randall outside. For the 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Love the pass there from Gobert. Always nice when your big man feeds his teammates.
For 3, Van Fleet. Randall grabs the board.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
For 3, Edwards. That's no good, and now he's missed 2 and made 2. Thompson the bounce pass. 3-pointer. And it's Green missing. Timberwolves leading by 8. DiVincenzo passes to Randall. Green by McDaniel. Randall finds McDaniel. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. And it's Green with the jam.
Oh, showing off the athleticism. Green's eyes light up when he's on the break. Easy to see why.
For 3, Edwards. Score the basket, his 3rd after 5 shots.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Here's Green. Out to Thompson. From the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün. Thompson's got 5 now.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Allen will blow right by you.
Here's McDaniels. Here's Gobert. And finally they hit one.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Thompson dishes to Brooks. Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. 3-pointer. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got 6 rebounds in the game. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for Houston. Trailing here by 8. Şengün with a wide open look. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
A three for DiVincenzo. Buries the long-range jumper. He's got 8.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Done. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
Taking a look at the Rockets. Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Alperen Şengün out there with Amen Thompson. And it's Van Vliet in at the 1 spot. Thompson the bounce pass from downtown. And rebounded by McDaniels. Timberwolves leading by 8. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Van Vliet finds Thompson. And that one drops. Thompson's got 7 points.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
He took what the defense was giving him that time. There was nobody on him on the three-point shot. Boy, don't give him the lights out.
Van Vliet passes to Green. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Şengün. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Jalen Green has shown he's capable of carrying a team offensively. He said, it feels good knowing that my teammates believe in me to do that. I had to learn a lot of things to grow, but that's what I work for. I want to be one of those guys that you give the ball to in crunch time. Kevin, I always want to give the mic to you in crunch time. Back to you.
You are an unselfish playmaker. I appreciate that. By the way, Green can be electric and so fun to watch. Hey, D.A., thanks.
Edwards, such an explosive scorer. You don't want to concede that three-point shot. Boy, that's going to make him feel good.
Here's Şengün. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. 5 points in the game. Timberwolves leading by 7. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. It's good.
Boy, what a good-looking stroke. Ready on the catch, Anthony Edwards. That jumper is nice.
Here's Brooks. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And it's Houston on the break. Here's Thompson. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Edwards careening his way to the rim.
Boy, Anthony Edwards out in transition, knows his teammates made a defensive play, and wisely leaks out.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Now here's DiVincenzo. He's got 11. Good on the triple.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
And Green launches it from deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Green's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Rockets. Green against Edwards. A double clutch. And that's 2 points on the layup. Edwards got 9 points in the quarter.
Anthony Edwards has got his rhythm, and he's got a well-rounded offensive game. Look out.
Fast break, Minnesota. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. That three off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Van Vliet outside. No good on the triple. Timberwolves leading by 9. A free for DiVincenzo. They get the rebound. Out to Edwards. Over Thompson. Edwards can't hit.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder should he have moved it just one pass more. I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Edwards got 19 points. Three-pointer, Brooks. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
And get ready for the big half-court shots. Drum roll. They're taking a bunch of shots.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Nice read out there with Miller. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Conley, and it's Clark in at the small forward. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. And that one's good, Whitmore. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
And Whitmore throws it down.
A wrecking ball out there. Whitmore plays with power on the glass.
Reed with a screen for Conley. The long distance three is buried. Conley's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Out to the right wing. Launches it. Rebound, Minnesota. From deep. Another miss by Conley. Rockets trail by 7. For 3, Smith. Reed with the rebound. For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And Clark slams it in.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
Conley with a wide open look. Hits the three-point bomb. Conley's got the lead up to 12 now for Minnesota.
You have got to be aware of where Mike Conley is. He's so capable outside the arc.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Rockets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, sir. Looking to end the run. It's Clark with the rebound. And Clark has got the ball here for Minnesota. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. From past the arc, Crane's the three-pointer. Clark's got 5 points in the quarter.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
Pass to Smith. The Rockets with another miss.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Clark. It's rebounded by Houston.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. For the NBA, content continues to be king. Commissioner Adam Silver says the biggest issue for streaming services is what's called churn. To cancel is just a click. So it's more pay for play these days. We have to focus on people staying with you and having great content throughout the year. Kevin?
You know, he's doing a great job, isn't he, David? Thank you so much.
Well, the New Zealander shows a little hops on the alley-oop.
Here's Reed. Knocks down the 3-ball. Reed's got his first 3 points of the game.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Pulls up on the wing, and again it's Minnesota.
This guy has got such a smooth handle that the pull-up game is always in play.
From outside the arc, bangs home the trifecta. Timberwolves leading by 15. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Houston making a switch. Green's checked in. Here's Holiday. Nothing on the board. Adams with the screen on Miller. Green, no luck. Minnesota with the ball. They're on an 18-7 run. To the right side. Clark for 3. Rockets with the rebound. Adams has got his 4th rebound in this one. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Drills the 3-pointer. Minnesota's gone to the 3-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Pass to Alexander Walker. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Whitmore. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. 4th quarter on the court for the Rockets. Tari Easton is out there with Green. And then there's Steven Adams. Then there's Whitmore. And it's Holiday in at the point guard. Pass to Easton. Lets it go from deep. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 12. Here's Edwards. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
A new lineup here for Houston.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net. Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Van Vliet can't get it to go. Here's DiVincenzo. The good-looking shot from the wing. And the Timberwolves lead by 16.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing. This one has been all about Ahmed Thompson, a freakish athlete. When he gets rolling, there's just not much a defender can do.
DiVincenzo hits the bucket.
Yeah, you have to make greater effort than that defensively. You know what he can do from range.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
Outside Edwards. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
For 3, Van Vliet sinks the 3-pointer. Van Vliet's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, I mean, listen, Fred Van Vliet, you can practically close his eyes. That's how comfortable he is out on the arc.
And There's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That is his first foul of the game. Adams, he's checked in for Alperen Şengün. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 5th rebound in this one. Lobs it up there for Brooks. It's stolen by Edwards. Outside for Randall. Gobert the pass to DiVincenzo. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Dylan Brooks.
And what you love about Edwards is how intense he is. God plays hard every minute he's on the floor.
And he's good on the second. You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
Edwards kicks to DiVincenzo. A three-pointer is right on target. DiVincenzo's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Here's Edwards. Green with the rebound. Green's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Timberwolves.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, they really stretched out to be and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Anthony Edwards.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Assist from Steven Adams.
1:05 left in the fourth quarter. DiVincenzo against Van Vliet. DiVincenzo passes to Randall, pulls up. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
To the inside, it's stolen by Randall. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here is Edwards. Randall finds DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. Clock at 6. No good on that one. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Houston. It's an 18-point game. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the best. All right, David, thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
your average regular season game. These teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
So the Houston starting five. Green is the 2 with Brooks at the 3. Alperon Şengün out there with Tari Eason. And it's Thompson in at point guard.
And you see the tight handles from Thompson. He can break defenders down in pick and roll, ISO, you name it.
And so it's Memphis with it, following the score by Houston. And there's the call on Tari Eason. That's his first foul. Moran against Thompson. 6 to shoot. Morant, the pass to Conchar. Hits the trifecta.
Not just an aggressive scorer, Morant is also a fantastic distributor.
And here's Thompson for 3. Connects from downtown. Thompson's got 5 points.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And so it's Memphis with it. And just over a minute played here to start the game. And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
He takes it in. That's tipped. Here's the Grizzlies with the ball. Rim protection and shooting so important. Jaren Jackson Jr. has both of those skills, Stan.
Yeah, and look, Brian, it's rare to find guys who can do both of those things. Shot blocker at the rim and stretch the defense at the other end. Guys like that are hard to come to.
He's been a defensive player of the year. Maybe we'll see him in the three-point contest one day. Now here's Thompson. He's got 5. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Memphis has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. The 3. Kicks it out to Jackson. To the inside. Here's Edey. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Strong anticipation from Jackson on the dish. Coaches love to see that out of their big men.
Pass to Şengün. The Rockets with another miss.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Edey, that's good.
And defensively, you have to make them work harder than this, or it's going to be a long night.
Thompson right side. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen. Grizzlies lead by 5. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes play.
They're really settling into a nice rhythm now, starting to gain the upper hand.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little bit.
Memphis making a switch here. Buffs checked in. Thompson finds Şengün. Looking to win the run. Thompson's shot is off.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
Puts it up. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Oh, it's blocked by Jackson.
The attention to detail on defense. Jackson reads shooters well and knows when to go for blocks.
1:50 left in the opening quarter. Thompson outside. Here he goes. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
The windmill flush. That is one nasty finish.
My goodness, the punch on that one. Wow. And he gets the bucket.
Yeah, an electric player. Morant just bouncing off the contact and finishing on the drive.
And one thing you can say about the Memphis Grizzlies, they are disruptive defensively, Stan.
Yeah, Brian, they've been in the top 5 in the league in steals, blocks, turnovers forced over the last few years. And let's face it, they're aggressive offensively as well. This team attacks at both ends of the court.
Outside Eason. And the layup is good off the glass.
Already an intelligent playmaker, Thompson moves the ball well for a rookie.
And the slam dunk by Thompson.
The reverse slam, that was sweet.
Ah, the finesse on full display.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
And here's Green from the arc, pure from three-point range. And it's a tie ball game.
Yeah, and Green has tons of confidence in his three-point shot, and it was on display right there as he knocked it down. It's hard not to want payback when you give up a three at the other end, but it can force you to rush things.
And there's the call on Amin Thompson. That's his first foul.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And a second look at that rejection, taking no prisoners on defense there.
I mean, letting them know up front that he's on the hunt tonight and eager to knock away shots. I love it.
Here's Pippen. And that time also a missed shot. Here's Thompson. Sweet little floater. Thompson's got 13.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
Pass to Bain. And there's the screen. Here's Pippen. No good on the buzzer beater. Amin Thompson, he's feeling it tonight. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And what's your take, guys, here on the hustle stats for the Rockets?
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
Yeah, on top of that, they've been resourceful defensively, generating scoring opportunities by forcing turnovers.
We've got Luke Kennard, and it's Huff in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. The Grizzlies shooting around 50% in the game so far. Pippen, pass to Kennard. Sinks it from distance. Kennard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Rockets trail by 3. Here's Eason. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And how about Jaren Jackson Jr., another second-generation player that we have here in the NBA?
Yeah, Brian, and his dad was a winner at every level. He was a high school champion, had the #1 team in college, and of course was part of a championship team with the Spurs.
Just 2 to shoot. Kennard finds Jackson. And another 3 for Memphis.
And there's something to be said about clock awareness. Jackson Jr. keeping an eye on it.
Shot to stop the run. And all around the rim that time before dropping. Grizzlies lead by 4. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, similarities in the games of Alperen Şengün and Nikola Jokic. A couple years back, Jokic suggested that Houston run their offense more through him, and they have. Jokic said that's going to benefit the whole organization. He wants to pass and play for the team. They'll move when the ball is in his hands. Brian?
Well, Jokic would know. Thanks, Allie.
Well, he knew he had the size advantage to dominate the defense there. Go right at him.
Rockets trail by 8. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession.
Oh, they're lucky that pass was just tipped and not taken. Could have been worse.
Some changes for Memphis. Edey's checked in for Huff. Aldama comes in for Jackson. And it's Morant in for Pippen. And the basket by Van Vliet.
And this is what Van Vliet is known for. A volume three-point gunner who shoots it well.
Pass to Eason. Lets the 3 fly. And a great assist by Van Vliet as that one goes. And now it's just a 2-point Memphis lead. Here's Morant. In the paint, Morant puts it in.
Morant not afraid to get in there and play big, showing his toughness in close.
Şengün, no good. The Grizzlies have gotten an impressive 6 of 8 shots to fall in the second. Kennard for 3. Brooks with the rebound.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Şengün passes to Eason. Pulls up. Memphis with a rebound. Pass to Wells. And that's good. His first bucket of the game. All right, Stan, as you look around the league, who stands out as the best perimeter defender right now?
There's so many good ones. OG Anunoby might be the most versatile. Drew Holiday, Derek White, KCP. Don't forget about guys like Aaron Gordon and Herb Jones, also outstanding.
And Morant laces the triple.
Yeah, the quickness of Morant makes him tough to cover. He's able to pull up on a moment's notice.
Over to the wing. Intercepted. He launches a 3. And another 3 for Memphis.
Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the look he liked from 3 and capitalized.
Pass to Eason. Back to Van Vliet. Now Eason. The kick out to Van Vliet. Sends it home from three-point land. Van Vliet's got 6.
And the luxury of having Van Vliet. He doesn't need the ball to score. Fred can work off the rock and be a spot-up shooter.
Rockets trail by 7. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist. Give him 8.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Morant, no good. Houston has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. Oh, my goodness!
What a dunk!
And I'll tell you what, I mean, he is a creative, explosive finisher at the rim. He loves putting on a show.
Conchar, he's checked in for Memphis. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Adams is checked in. Off the inbound, and he hits the jumper for 2. Durant's got 10 points in the quarter.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And there's the basket, and the whistle blows. Chance at a three-point play here. Going to the line for 1. Huff's checked in for Memphis. Desmond Bane comes in for Kennard. Houston shooting their first free throw this game. And it's Morant with the ball for the Grizzlies. They've led by as much as 10. And out of bounds, Houston will have it.
Rockets ball.
There's 18 seconds left in the first half of this game. Outside Eason, 4-3. Huff pulls it in. Huff's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Morant. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer!
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Grizzlies. He made a big impact, scoring.
They're measuring up the shot.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
So on the floor for Houston, we've got Aaron Holiday. Tari Eason is out there with Smith. Then there's Whitmore, and it's Adams in at the 5, roaming the paint. Pass to Huff. Poke loose. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Back comes Houston in transition. Oh!
Wow!
Boom! He jams it straight down.
Yeah, the turnover sparking the break. Smith, a relentless defender with a disruptive wingspan.
Pippen, no good.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
And he can play the bully ball inside. Smith Jr., he knows how to use his size and frame.
Edie's checked in for Huff. Green's checked in for Houston. Fred VanVleet comes in for Holiday.
He's one of the league's best free throw shooting bigs. A performance like this certainly proves it.
Houston in the lead. To the wing, right side. Smith into the lane. That one falls.
Yeah, just effortless on his drives. I mean, Smith is such a smooth finisher. Very agile for a guy with his size.
Here's Pippen, guarded by VanVleet. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that, puts so much pressure on the defense.
Left side Bade. Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, you have to admire the size and strength of Jackson Jr. Just fantastic work establishing himself inside and slamming it down.
The three from Baines. Buries it from three. And now it's a 4-point Grizzly lead.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Here's Whitmore. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
Yes, slashing toward the hoop. Whitmore not hesitating when he sees an opportunity.
The offensive rebound. Here's Conchar. And another three for Memphis.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
To the left side wing. Here's Smith. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take two from the free throw line. John Conchar picks one up.
And I like to see this from Smith. Pushing the action, not just hanging around the perimeter.
Smith hits them both. Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, Parker.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
And it's Morant missing. Rockets trail by 3. Here's Whitmore into the lane, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
An impressive athlete. This rookie Whitmore loves getting inside and hammering it home.
Tough. Can't hit that one. Ooh, some solid defense from Adams. The Rockets have gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter. No good off the glass. Oh, got a piece of it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Whitmore. Memphis making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. 1:46 left in the third. Payne, the pass to Morant. Launches it. Smith with the rebound. Houston has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. And here's Green from the arc. Altama grabs the board. And it's Morant with the ball for the Grizzlies. They've led by as much as 10. Kicks it out to Kennard. Outside Morant. Misses in close.
Uh-oh. Did he change his mind on the way up? I think he did.
Here's Whitmore outside. They grab their own miss. Three-pointer, VanVleet drills it from deep. VanVleet's got 11. Incredible game. This lead has been exchanged 8 times.
Tremendous show of will and resilience on both sides.
Morant. Oh, the swat by Adams. They recover it, and they'll get another chance. Nails it from beyond the arc. Morant's got 21 points in the game.
And tearing them to shreds tonight. You know, when a player as versatile as Morant starts going on, look out.
Memphis has gone 3 of 7 from deep so far in the third quarter. A deep three. Got a piece of it. And they'll keep possession. Morant on his way. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And the bounce that Morant possesses is unlike anyone else at his position. Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Edey's checked in for Memphis. Pippen comes in for Ja Morant. VanVleet misses. Memphis leading by 3. And now the Grizzlies on the run from deep Payne. From deep three-point land. The Rockets pull it in. And here they come. And it's hammered home by Green.
Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
That takes us to the end of the third quarter. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Jackson out there with Edey. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Wells in at the shooting guard position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Here's Pippen. Pass to Wells. Kennard for three. It's hauled in by Houston. Şengün's got 6 rebounds in the game. Three-pointer, Brooks. Cleared away by Wells.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
From outside the arc. Here's Edey. Kicks it out to Kennard. Now Jackson. Clock at 6. Kennard with it. He's picked up by Easton. Memphis needs to get off a shot. Jackson for 3. Nails it from 3.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
Kicks it out to Jackson. And another 3 for Memphis.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
Thompson passes to Şengün. On the wing, Brooks. Back to Thompson. Now here's Şengün. He's closely guarded. And Şengün throw it down.
This continues to be a battle. The lead is within reach.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Let's see if they have enough in the tank to take the lead here.
The open shot by Brooks. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Nice find by Thompson. Now, good to see him sharing the ball like this.
Pass to Edey. Here's Pippen. Here's Edey. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Green. Yes! And the foul! Jaren Jackson picks one up.
And that's just outstanding work in transition. Green knowing where he needs to get to in these spots.
So Memphis going with an almost entire new group here. And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That's his first foul.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
And it's Morant with the ball for Memphis. Driving to the basket. Oh, electric move by Morant.
Can you say prime time player Morant? He enjoys delivering for his team in these parts of the game. They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
And here's Thompson for 3. He gets it to go again. 9 for 13 so far.
And this is big for Thompson's confidence. He needs to keep hitting from downtown.
And it's Morant missing.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
Oh!
Wow!
I almost can't believe what I saw. Incredible.
I'm speechless, man. I'm speechless. Ooh, Thompson with the block.
Decent reach and solid instincts, allowing Thompson to get a hand on it.
There's a minute 40 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Shot's good by Morant.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. can't allow him a clean look.
Eason, pass to Brooks. Back to Eason, pass to Thompson. Shoots a fadeaway. Up again. .111 left in the fourth quarter. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
And attacking with reckless abandon, somehow Thompson is able to get through.
A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
Yeah, all throughout the game, the opposition hasn't been able to keep them off the glass, and they're paying for it, giving up second chance points.
Morant, no good. The Rockets on offense. They're on a 19-7 run. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
And an intentional foul right there.
John Morant. Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for the Rockets.
Good on the first. And that stretches their lead to 8.
And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
Edey's checked in for Memphis. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 7. And Morant drops them both. And the ball out of play. The Grizzlies will have it.
Such a risky pass. Hopefully he thinks twice about attempting that again.
And here's Memphis now. Oh, he nails it! What a beautiful shot! Brings him within 3.
Oh, you know Morant wants it. And guess what? He got it.
And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. 6 on the shot clock. Thompson in the post. Conchar covers. And he can't jam it through. Timeout, Grizzlies. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
Tricky situation here. They need some kind of bucket to stay alive.
Yeah, the clock is their enemy, and they know it. We'll see if they go for the tie or try and get a quick.
And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
Absolutely need a 3 here.
Edey for 3. Oh, and he can't make the shot to force overtime. And so it's the Rockets who come out on top here. And this was an emotional win.
But eventually, I'll get there. I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back and let me still. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
like a potential blower. But anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's McDaniels. And it's Edwards in at the point guard position. Randle with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
A 78% foul shooter a season ago. Pretty steady when he's at the line.
After earning the number 2 seed in the 2023 playoff, Richard, last season was a lost year because of all those injuries and other things in Memphis.
John Morant only played 9 games last year. Desmond Bain missed half the year. Marcus Smart out. The Grizzlies still have a lot of young talent and a very bright future.
Here is Edwards. Grizzlies making the shot.
Oh, my. What a huge flush by Edwards, showing off right now.
Here's Conchar. And it's off from three-point range. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Randle kicks to Edwards. There's the triple. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And this is big for Edwards' confidence, wanting to keep hitting from downtown and stretching that defense.
Nice execution on the inbound. Just how you want to draw it up.
So it's the Timberwolves now. Grizzlies making the shot. Pass to Edwards. Drives to the hoop. And the rejection by Jackson. Fires for 3. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Sharing the rock. Part of what makes John Morant such a fantastic player is his ability to pass.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And another 3 for Minnesota.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Sinks the triple.
Showing he can make this shot. Give Jackson Jr. room to take the triple. Oh, and he will.
Goes up on the wing. The offensive rebound. And Gobert kicks to McDaniels. It's rebounded by Memphis. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Edey. It's Jackson atop the key. The 3 from Morant. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I was able to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies for just a minute. The first thing Coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. Worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So the counter is lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the game plan. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. Buries it from three-point range.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
And Richard, when it comes to Jaren Jackson, there's a lot to appreciate. My goodness.
Oh, I love that he can guard 1 through 5. Really a modern defensive NBA big man. He can go back to the basket or he can face up. He doesn't need the ball to make a huge impact.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Huff's jacked in, and Santi Aldama is subbed in for Conchar.
He's got an elite combination of speed and athleticism. Morant, he is special when he gets out in the breakdown.
The shot's good from DiVincenzo.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Morant, the bounce pass. And he banks in the layup. Morant's got his second bucket of the game to go.
He gets a lot of defensive attention from Morant. He can expect this type of rough scene anytime he takes it inside.
Here's DiVincenzo. Has to Gobert. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. That one's on Morant.
And if he gets looks that plainly, Gobert becomes unstoppable. He makes good use of his body and just wills himself to a foul.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Pippen comes in for Morant.
Good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
The Grizzlies have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Santi Aldama's checked in for Jaren Jackson. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Payne for 3. Pippen, the pass to Bain. Now Kennard, defended by DiVincenzo. Just 5 to shoot. Kennard finds Bain. Whoa, look out! Look out!
Okay, I see you.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
He's put on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. A 3. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen. And Edwards puts up a deep...
Big time shot. Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. It's the Grizzlies leading by 4. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And for Memphis guys, what jumps out to you, Stan?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
So on the floor for Minnesota, they've got Edwards. Jaden McDaniels is out there with Randall. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Reed in at the 5 down low. Pippen with a wide open look. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Draw them in and kick it out. Great execution to open up an easy look from outside.
For 3, Edwards. Edwards shooting fearlessly from the arc.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Take that, he says. I see your 3, and I'll raise you another 3.
To the paint, deflects the pass, stolen by Reed, and now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Payne for 3. Randall grabs the board. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. A 3 for DiVincenzo. Basket made, just his second this contest. He's 2 for 7 now. RJ, one league rule that has gotten a lot of attention. Carrying the basketball.
Oh, these guys carry the ball at a ridiculous rate. Even Allen Iverson used to do it, and then eventually he took it out of his game. But yeah, the referees could clean it up a little bit, I'll be honest.
Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And we also have seen them continue to fire from deep. With the results they're seeing, you can understand why.
Mike Conley's checked in for the Timberwolves. Down low. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And this is part of Morant's role. As a guard, he's responsible for finding the open man.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Outside Edwards. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
R.J. Morant has always had unquestionable talent. Now it's a question of can he focus on his game?
And you hope he had his wake-up call. Still one of the most exciting players in the game. His burst and bounce, one of a kind.
Morant passes to Jackson. Morant against McDaniel. And Morant gets it to go.
Working through the lane, Morant, he's got such a great change of speed to keep the defense off.
Here's Edwards, and finished off by Edwards.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. No coverage that time. Morant's got 7 points for the quarter.
Consistency from deep is going to be the biggest determining factor in Morant's ceiling. If he gets that, I think we're going to see some MVPs in his future.
Handle outside. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
And Morant throws it down.
What I love about Morant is that he understands his strengths on offense, which is why he is so efficient.
Reed misses. Memphis leading by 5. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Grizzlies shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And we talk a lot about Morant's athleticism and skill, but what stands out for me is his effort and intensity that he plays with.
20 seconds left in the first half. Kennard against Conley. Shot clock at 5. Edwards inside. A shot that time, not on target. And the first half is now in the books. Grizzlies lead by 7. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
38.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Santi Aldama is out there with John Conchar. And it's Huff in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Morant with a wide open look. Miller grabs the miss.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
And you look at the Grizzlies defense the last few years. RJ extremely disruptive.
Yeah, they've been top of the league in steals and blocks. That's just a part of the DNA in Memphis. It can be exhausting playing against guys like this. Oh, Morant sinks the answer with authority. He's feeling the competitive fire after that last trade.
Here's Ingles, back to Conley. Launches a 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Aldama's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game. The Grizzlies making a change here. Pippen's checked in. Memphis leading by 6. Payne for 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. And it's Conley penetrating. Alexander Walker. A 3-pointer off the mark. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They've led by as much as 10. The kick out to Bain. Pass to Huff. Back to Bain. Goes back up. Out to the right wing. Here's Aldama. Here's Conchar. Here's Huff. On the wing, Bain. Fires from deep. Rebound, Minnesota. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Wells, he's checked in for the Grizzlies.
Number 0.
Bounce pass, Pippen. Payne for 3. Rebound by Alexander Walker.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
Miller finds Ingles. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here, and they'll get another chance. Memphis leading by 6. Outside, Bain. For 3. That shot off the mark.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Aldama passes to Huff. High post, Pippen. He's got 6. A nice shot by Huff. Huff's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
Strong to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Pippen feeling it out a bit. Now, here's Bain. He's covered closely. Aldama with the ball. Lets it go with a 3. Bain, no good.
This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it. Get it out ahead on the break. That's what you want to do, and he delivered with that pass.
Pass to Miller for the tie. Nailed from three-point land. Miller's got the game tied up here for Minnesota.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
Into the lane, and Memphis with another turnover here. So it's both teams making substitutions here. The Timberwolves have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. For 3, Edwards. Edwards on target. Drills it from way out there.
It's simple, guys. Keep getting Edwards the ball and just let it cook.
Morant left side. Here's the screen. Drops one in from the wing. Morant's got 21 in the game.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show.
And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game, neither team giving ground. Timberwolves ahead as they end the third quarter on a 12-4 run. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game, and this one, a thing of beauty.
And the ability to drop your jaw with the pass is something you rarely see in this league. What a talent he is.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball.
Nice finish. Flying high. Anthony Edwards, ladies and gents, cleared for takeoff.
This one for 3. Edey with the rebound.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Randall kicks to Edwards. Back to Randall. Puts up a three. No good. Memphis trailing here. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Here's Morant. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
DiVincenzo against Morant. Randall outside. From the arc. Buries it from three-point range. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Here's Heaney. Jams it in off the great move.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one. Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Gobert with a screen on Morant. Driving in. DiVincenzo kicks to Gobert. A nice shot by McDaniels. McDaniels got his first points of the game.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Conjar comes in for Wells. And it's Bain in for Kennard. Reed, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Here's Edwards. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Bain's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Morant. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Jaden McDaniels.
On his first day in the league, opponents are going to make him earn it at the line. And look, Morant, he'll give him an easy look. I know he's kicking himself for not snatching the lead. But look, he tied things up.
Here's Jackson, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Won't shy away from the big moment. No hesitation from Jackson Jr. on that shot.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there. Some players shrink when the pressure's on, but he lives for these moments.
Here's Morant. Can't hit from in close. Minnesota in the lead. Here's Edwards. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And what you love about Edwards is how intense he is. This guy plays hard every minute he's on the floor.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Getting it done at the line as he usually does. And that could be huge in a tight game like this one.
Morant kicks to Bain. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. Morant's got his 8th assist in the game. Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. And here's Edwards from the arc. Traps in the tray. Edwards got 39.
Such a gutsy player. Edwards wants to be the guy taking big shots.
And this is where Morant really shines. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to capitalize.
Minnesota's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Edwards kicks to Reed. No one near Randall as he lets it go. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And you'll never see Randall back down in a big moment. He's looking to be the guy when they need a bucket.
Here's Morant. Outside for Jackson. And yep, finally drops it, rolling around the rim.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Here's Reed.
He gives up a bit of size for center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Reed. Out to Edwards. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
And he is built to be the man for this team. Edwards answering the bell and executing.
Here's Morant. It's good. And now they trail by just 4.
And man, is he in a zone right now. Seems like he can't miss.
Randall with the ball. Payne with the steal. Here's Conchar. Now here's Morant for 3. The shot comes out. So it's Minnesota taking the W in a close one. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was...
Thanks so much, David. And that about wraps it up. Long...
We've got two bigs who can each take over a game, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun watching them square off.
Looking at the starting five for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point.
If you let him, Van Vliet will just live at the arc. I mean, he shoots fearlessly from out there.
Edwards for 3. Drains the triple.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. From deep. Here's Gobert. Goes back up. Pass to Randle. Outside McDaniels. Goes up again. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randle.
Big forwards like Jaden McDaniels who can pull up for a jumper from anywhere. Those guys are a luxury to have.
Van Vliet outside. Lets it go from the wing. And he makes it. Van Vliet's got 5. The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. The Rockets went from 22 to 41 wins last year, finishing right at 500, Clark.
Great progress by Houston. Just missed the play-in in the West. They would have easily made that same play-in tournament in the East. A huge step forward for the Rockets, no doubt. And I think it's a team that can sustain that trajectory.
Here's DiVincenzo following the score by Houston. Gets the 3 to fall.
And the three-point shot of DiVincenzo is dangerous. Defense cannot allow him to get airspace from there.
Here's Thompson. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Coaches loathe empty possessions. You got to be able to hit the easy ones.
And here's Edwards outside. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
I love it. Just thumbing his nose at the height disadvantage. He's able to get the space he needs and convert.
And you look at him, he's giving up an awful lot of size in that matchup, so he needs to have the ability to create separation.
Yeah, no question Van Vliet was going to find his man. He has excellent court vision.
And here's Edwards outside. It's rebounded by Houston. Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Ime Udoka.
I asked him directly about facing Anthony Edwards, and Coach said he's just so dynamic, right? Our hope is that we can control the pace, make this our kind of game, and he'll be a little less explosive. So the plan is to stifle Edwards by not letting him play at his tempo. Back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Now here's Van Vliet. He's got 5. Green for 3. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves lead by 4.
2 minutes.
Here's Edwards. That's his 3rd basket in 5 shots. Solid work.
Edwards flexing on him now. Bully ball inside.
Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that was going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
Here's DiVincenzo, and another basket for Minnesota. Houston has gone 2 of 5 from deep. And you know, Clark, Fred Van Vliet gives you a number of things. Leadership might be the most important.
It is certainly one of his great attributes, VA, when you look at Fred Van Vliet. Not very big, not super athletic, but a winner, tough-minded, and highly skilled. Doesn't make mistakes with the ball, gets other people's shots, and has proven to be a clutch and consistent quarterback at a really high level.
Now here's Van Vliet. Green for 3. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Edwards, the pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Edwards. Randle, a screen on Thompson. Outside McDaniels. There's the triple. Rockets with a rebound. Pass to Şengün. Puts up a 3. Good. And Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 4 assists in the game.
Smooth jumper there by Şengün. He's working on stretching things out more when he can.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Van Vliet finds Thompson. And he he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
And attacking with reckless abandon. Somehow Thompson able to get through.
Houston shooting their first free throw in this game. 16 seconds left in the first. DiVincenzo, pass to Gobert. Fade away. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
It's the end of the first with a tie game here. And already these offenses are clicking along. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And taking a look at Houston's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Setting the floor for the Timberwolves. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with... Ooh, Edwards with style and authority.
Watch out now. Look out below. Edwards rising to the rafters.
Thompson. Rebound Minnesota. Gobert's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Outside Edwards. Lets it fly. And Minnesota again with a bucket.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Three-pointer, Van Vliet. Knocks down the long J. Van Vliet's got 8 points. Well, plenty of give and take so far.
There's 6 lead changes already. Both teams came to play.
Edwards can't hit. Houston has gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. And he's going for the oop here. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Oh, Amen Thompson. Incredible verticality.
Edwards, the pass to Randle. And the three-pointer goes. He has 6.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
On the wing, Green. There's the 3. Randle pulls down the board. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. For 3, DiVincenzo. And another 3 from Minnesota.
Rise and fire. DiVincenzo does not lack confidence, going right up with the shot.
A clear look for Green. Offensive rebound. Brooks, the pass to Adams. Here's Green. Tries again. The shot comes out.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
Edwards making it look so easy from deep.
Boy, you love to see Edwards shine on offense like this. I know it's got to be making his coach happy, too.
Here's Thompson. And he drives in.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Thompson with a steal. And here comes the break. Three-pointer, Van Vliet. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists now in this one.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
To the left wing. Gobert finds Edwards. Goes back up. Shot clock at 6. Edwards so good inside.
That's exactly what you work for, a high percentage look.
And Anthony Edwards has stated that his goal is to ultimately surpass Michael Jordan.
Hey, look, that is a lofty goal to run after. I don't know if he'll catch him, but I like the fact that he's ambitious enough and confident enough to put it out there. His ability speaks for itself. This guy's a star already, and his star continues to shine. His work ethic and confidence give me belief that he's going to have a chance to at least get close to that. We know about 25 years ago, there was a guy named Kobe Bryant who sought to do something similar to what MJ did, and he got pretty close to matching it. went after that second shot and converted the hoop. High effort play by Green.
Edwards can't get that one to fall. Rockets trail by 3. Outside, Green. And he lobs it up top. And it's slammed in by Adams.
Yeah, always a good idea to throw it up to Adams and let him stuff it.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Gobert passes to Edwards. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Here's Thompson driving in. Oh! What a hammer!
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
Edwards against Van Vliet for 3. DiVincenzo. Here's Gobert. Here's Randall. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Randall's got 5 points now in the quarter. One team gains momentum, then the other storms back.
Hey, if this is any indication of how the game is going to go, we're in for a treat.
Anthony Edwards has been on display for the Timberwolves. He's been productive scoring the ball. He's got 20 points so far. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
Get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Smith and Şengün play together in the front court. Aaron Holiday out there with Whitmore. And it's Eason in at the small forward positions. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
An impressive athlete. This rookie Whitmore loves getting inside and hammering it home.
From deep, Conley drops in the 3. And the Timberwolves lead by 2. Well, Grant, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there were so many great players. Michael, LeBron. But let's talk about the late, great Kobe Bryant. I mean, he really had no weaknesses. And even if you defended him perfectly, there's a good chance he can still make the shot.
Shoots it from the high post. It's hauled in by Houston. Şengün's got 4 rebounds in the game. And so it looks like it'll be Houston's ball.
And they barely get to retain possession. Many times, that's a turnover.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. Here's Smith. And it's Houston scoring again.
And he wastes no time coming out of the break.
That's exactly what they want. Get him into the offensive flow right away and then keep it going.
Here's Alexander Walker. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Alexander Walker's gotten his first points in this one.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Whitmore outside. It's rebounded by Minnesota. After years of finishing at the bottom of the West, things are looking up for the Rockets, Clark.
You know, B.A., they've done a really good job of drafting and developing players. That combination can allow you to move forward. And along with signing complementary veterans, that adds to the mix as well. And they've done a nice job. And they've got future draft capital, too. So the Rockets are certainly on the rise.
Here's Conley. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Conley's got 5.
He's such a savvy offensive player. Conley's basketball IQ and shot selection are both phenomenal.
Outside Whitmore. Step back shot. 6 to shoot. 3-pointer Holiday. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 4. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Ryan, Jabari Smith Jr. is making some serious strides, and Coach Ime Udoka praised him and said his all-around game, his confidence, great defensive versatility. He's starting to handle and make plays for others. Shooting is a huge asset for him, but we want him to post up and find his mid-range shots as well, who can rise up over guys. Brian?
He is certainly one to watch, Allie. Thank you.
Yeah, looking so comfortable out there on the perimeter. Smith has really invested in getting this shot dialed in.
Clark, no good.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Pulls it. Smith, no good. And it's Conley with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a three-point game, and the shot goes in. Alexander Walker's got 4 points in the quarter.
Leave somebody open on Conley's team at your own peril, because he's going to make you pay for that.
Oh, there's the alley. There's the steal. And now the T-Wolves on the break. And the basket by Clark.
When you get a chance to run the floor like that, you have to capitalize. Great hustle on that play.
From the wing, they get it back. Here's Reed, second chance effort, and the layup is good. And now a 10-point Timberwolves lead.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Yes, it's good. Şengün's got 8 points.
That is what Şengün brings this team, the ability to turn misses into makes, doing the dirty work down low.
Reed, a screen on Holiday. Conley finds Reed. And here's Miller. Oh, deflected. The fadeaway. Kept alive by Minnesota.
That's been the difference tonight. They've been insanely disruptive on the glass.
Sinks the tray.
Here in the third, he's really started to heat up from the perimeter.
Outside Whitmore. Over to the left wing. The three. Şengün, that's good. 11 points in the game.
He's got a real nice feel for the game. Şengün's quick to make the most of an open look when it avails itself.
Miller, a screen on Holiday. From deep, Conley. Not going to go that time. And he can't get that one. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And just a selfless decision from your two-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
Yeah, and as a two-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. On the court for the Timberwolves. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Nice! Big finish!
That first step is so dangerous with Amin. I mean, he was just gone.
Pass to Edwards. Tipped! And he's able to get it back. Just 5 to shoot. DiVincenzo. Outside McDaniels. They shoot again! It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
That is Thompson's game, rocking the rim and giving his team some energy.
It's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Green.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
And here's Edwards outside, and they recover it.
With that offensive rebound right there, they're likely to have the last possession.
Knocks down the triple.
Edwards loves those long-range bombs. He's a confident shooter.
Pass to Thompson. Outside, Green. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Again, the miss by Edwards. Rockets trail by 6. Green, the pass to Şengün. Thompson outside. Brooks against McDaniels. And there it is for him.
Offensively, Brooks can be just relentless, constantly looking for chances to get his team points.
Edwards for three. On target from range. Edwards got 26.
He's pouring it on at a nice clip, and the rest of the team is stepping up as well.
For Houston, they've got all 4 shots to go in this final quarter. Here's Thompson. Ooh, tried to dunk it home, but he drew the foul, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, I like when Thompson goes in strong like this. I mean, just forcing the defense to act.
Adams checked in for Şengün. And so he makes both from the line. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Edwards for three. Here's Gobert. Oh, Gobert rocking the rim.
The endless reach of Gobert. Those long arms sometimes seems like he's everywhere. An overwhelming presence on the offensive glass.
Here's Brooks. Randall pulls down the board.
With the defense absent, that was a great opportunity, but no go.
Shot is good by Edwards.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Rockets trail by 9. The three is up. And that one's good. Van Vliet for three.
And his perimeter shooting might be the key to trimming their deficit.
I don't think there's any question about it. I mean, as long as he keeps knocking them down, they might as well keep going back to the well. No reason to let it run dry. Keep firing that thing.
Here's Randall. Adams grabs the miss. Houston has gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the fourth. And stolen by Edwards. Randall left side. No good on the three. And so it's Green who brings up the ball for Houston. They trail by 6.
The sheer size of Thompson makes it difficult for defenders to match up well against him.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Their offensive game plan has been simple. Look to shoot it often from outside the arc. And the results have been outstanding.
They've been pounding any miss on the glass and cashing in on the offensive boards. I've been impressed with that aspect of their game. Clearly, a defensive breakdown there, guys. They didn't play them close enough on the inbound and then gave up the triple.
Thompson passes to Van Vliet. And here's Green from the arc. And another miss by Houston. Minnesota leading by 8. Edwards with it. Green picks him up. Edwards looking it over. And he drops that one in. Edwards got 33.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
I mean, this is why Van Vliet's teammates like playing with him, because he looks to set them up with his passing.
That free throw's good from Thompson. Minnesota with the ball. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
And this team is counting on Brooks in big-time moments. And guess what? Dillon delivers.
And stolen by Green.
And not a moment to lose on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediately.
Takes the three. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Outside Edwards. No good from outside. On the break. Lets it go from deep. Adams. McDaniels with the rebound. Oh, Brooks with the steal. Pass to Adams. And here's Green from the arc. So it's a narrow victory for the Timberwolves, pulling it out for the W. And they barely...
But eventually, I'll get there. I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back.
matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Wells in at the 3 spot. Now here's Jackson. Morant kicks to Bain. Just 3 to shoot. Good. And the nice assist from Morant.
Terrific dime there. Morant realizing his responsibility to share the wealth with his teammates.
Thompson against Morant. Thompson passes to Şengün. Wells grabs the miss.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
They get it back. Pass to Thompson. Here's Green. And he starts out with the miss in this one.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's Edey. A 3-pointer, no good. Rockets have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Here's Jackson. Goes up. And the dunk by Jackson.
And the flush from Jackson Jr. Great wingspan, and at 6'11", he's got a little nasty in it.
Thompson from long range. Şengün passes to Smith. Now here's Brooks. Guarded by Morant. Brooks against Morant. Here's Smith. It's rebounded by Memphis. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. And, you know, Stan, we've watched Desmond Bain evolve into a #1 option on offense. He's always been there, but now he really is at the top of the heap.
Yeah, he sure is. Look, Kevin, you know, he came into the league as a 3-point shooter, and he's a great one. But he's developed his game off the dribble, very good mid-range shooter, and he's strong enough to finish around the rim.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Alperen Şengün. Smith wide open, he fires. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot. Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Bain for 3. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Back to Jackson. Jackson, a screen on Adams. Shoots. Edey can't hit. Rockets trail by 3. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I caught up with Coach Udoka. Now, we talked about the big man, Jaren Jackson Jr., and specifically how to defend him. Coach said he's a guy that can score from all 3 levels. Our guys have to be on him and active defensively as soon as he touches the ball. Coach needs his team to bring the energy tonight, and we'll see if they can respond. Guys?
Thank you, David. Morant with a wide-open look. A 3-pointer is right on target.
Unbelievable athleticism. Morant's stop and start is elite.
So, Stan, the Grizzlies trio of Ja Morant, Desmond Bain, and Jaren Jackson Jr. From the outside looking in, what a great base going forward.
I agree with that, Kevin. Look, not only are those 3 outstanding individual players, but they complement each other so well. There's such a great fit with those 3 guys. That's a great base for the future.
Now here's Green. Back to Thompson. Takes it inside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Edey picks one up.
And with his movement skills, Thompson routinely catches defenders out of position.
Cam Whitmore, he's checked in for Jalen Green. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Off's jacked in, and Conchar subbed in for Wells. And good that time.
And you're just asking to get burned when you give Morant a lane, using that speed to his advantage.
Now, here's Thompson. He's got 7, and Desmond Bane pulls it down. And here we go. Fast break, and Morant's got it. And finished off by Morant.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
And a wide open look for Bane. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
Desmond. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Grizzlies?
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And they're making their own luck with how hard they're playing, forcing turnovers and turning that into offense.
On the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. Luke Kennard out there with John Morant. Then it's John Conchar. Then there's Jaren Jackson. And it's Huff in at the 5 down low. Jackson gets the bucket.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Pass to Whitmore. Driving the lane, and he goes big with the dunk right over Jaren Jackson.
And when he gets downhill, Whitmore is a force.
Outside Jackson. Kennard with the ball. The 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Kennard's got the lead up to 8 now for Memphis.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Van Vliet against Morant. Here's Conchar. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
As a passer, Morant has developed great instincts, and he's going to exploit those gaps in the deep.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Houston making some changes. Şengün comes in for Steven Adams, and it's Green in for Smith. Memphis also making some changes. Santi Aldama's checked in for Jackson, and Pippen subbed in for John Morant. Van Vliet wide open. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And the stroke of Van Vliet is so nice, proving once again why he's so valuable to this team. I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Pippen with a wide open look. You know, Stan, we hear all the time about after timeout plays, about how many of those do teams really have at their disposal?
Well, you certainly have to have a few, Kevin. Coaches vary in their philosophy. Some coaches will draw them up on the fly. I was one, like a lot of guys, who wanted to have things that we've worked on that then we could go to. But that just depends on who you've got, how smart your guys are, how quickly they pick things up.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up close.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Kennard. A 3 off the inbound. Buries the long-range jumper. Kennard's got 6 points.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from behind the arc.
And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line, so hard to ask for much more than that.
Edey's checked in for Memphis. Bane comes in for Luke Kennard. Payne for 3. Rockets with the rebound. And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bain seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Edie, and he slams it one-handed.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. Oh, and with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. For three, Van Vliet hits it from three-point range. Van Vliet's got 5 points now this quarter.
And count on Van Vliet to hit that three-point shot. He's an efficient scorer from beyond the arc.
Here's Conchar. A kick out to Bain. Three-pointer. The Rockets pull it in. Şengün's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Count that bucket. And the Grizzlies lead by 12.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Right side, Green. And it's Green with the jam.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Green, he's checked in for Houston. Memphis also making some changes. Off's jacked in, and it's Morant in for Pippen. Green taking his time here. Puts it up. Offensive rebound. Şengün. Here's Brooks. Back to Şengün. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Şengün's got it back down to within single digits for the Rockets. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Morant finds Bain. Back to Morant. Here's Huff. Lots of room. Again, Memphis.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
Pass to Brooks. And here is Van Vliet. And so it's Memphis with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. It's been a clinic out there by Desmond Bain.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Jabari Smith is out there with Steven Adams. Then it's Green. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Holiday in at the point. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Stolen by Jackson. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Poked away. Adams outside. He gets that one.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
And he can get to the rim with the best of them. Morant always finds a way.
Green, the pass to Adams. Back to Green. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Green's got his second bucket.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And that's now 6 points for Jalen Green. And the Grizzlies leading by 6. Morant scanning the floor. From 18 feet away. Bain, no good.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Shots good by Green.
Oh, showing off the athleticism. Green's eyes light up when he's on the break. Easy to see why.
Nice move. And Morant will lay it in. Morant's got 11.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Outside, Green. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Green knows that he needs to take and make threes at a good clip. Nice shot there.
The 3 from Morant. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the middle. And here we go. Morant heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. 13 points in the game.
Obviously, Morant has found his flow here, finding plenty of ways to create for himself.
You can see, and Coach, you can feel John Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does. And it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure. For the tie. And Holiday kicks to Green.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Going inside. The kick out to Holiday. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Smith. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Smith's got it all tied up now for the Rockets.
You can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, they're in this one. They have some momentum on their side, and they just need to keep up the intensity.
With the step and the wide open shot from Green. Kept alive by Houston for the lead. Adams, the pass to Holiday. And here's Green outside. And Bain pulls it down. For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Back to Morant. Here's the 3. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And when the 3-ball is falling for Morant, the defense is in trouble.
Here's Green. The kick out to Holiday. Connects from 3-point range. Holiday's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Morant against Holiday. Morant passes to Bain. Out to Morant. He takes it in. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Şengün's checked in for Steven Adams. Brooks comes in for Tari Eason. It's Thompson in for Aaron Holiday.
He's got such a smooth release on catch-and-shoot jumper. Smith is lethal off ball.
And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Yeah, not a great pass there. You got to be on the same page as your teammates.
Houston's gone to the 3-point shot 8 times already in the second half, and it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint. Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
John Morant has been leading the chart. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. So on the floor for Memphis. Pippen is out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Edey. Then it's Santi Aldama. And it's Conchar into the small forward position. And stolen by Şengün. Here's Thompson. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 3 assists in the game. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Rockets.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And also, guys, they push the ball and been able to score in transition, trying to take advantage of playing in the open floor as often as possible.
Here's Thompson. It's blocked. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Here's Conchar. It's good from long range.
Yeah, way back when I started coaching, you never wanted a three-pointer on a fast break. Now, it's the shot teams are looking for.
Great positioning on the putback. And the Rockets lead by 2.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
It's Pippen with a drive. Here's Kennard. Fires the 3. The shot, no good. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Houston making a switch here. Whitmore is checked in. Then for the Grizzlies. Jackson, he's checked in for Santi Aldama. Wells comes in for John Conchar. And it's Morant in for Pippen. And they recover it. Here's Whitmore. Drills it from outside. Whitmore's got the lead up to 5 now for the Rockets.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look.
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Here's Thompson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
That's on Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, good job to take it right at
The line for 2. Thompson.
Second free throw, no good. And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. Here's Jackson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
And between his footwork and height, Jackson is a tough matchup for defenders. Here he takes full advantage and draws the foul.
Houston making a switch here. Green's checked in.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
Brooks gets to Şengün. Trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. Here's Morant. It's rebounded by Houston. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And it's Thompson with the jam.
This one has been all about Amen Thompson. A freakish athlete. When he gets rolling, there's just not much a defender can do.
Pass to Brooks. Outside, Green. Here's Şengün. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And the jump by Wells.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Pass to Jackson. Driving to the basket. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Alperen Şengün. Adams, he's checked in for Jabari Smith. Baines checked in for Memphis. For Houston, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Second shot opportunity, and it's Adams getting it to go. And the Rockets lead by 2.
Remains calm and collected. Adams refuses to let the moment be too big.
Morant passes to Jackson. Outside, Payne. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Some changes for Memphis. Buffs jacked in, and Conchar subbed in for Wells. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Frames it from downtown.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Almond will blow right by you.
Bain finds Morant. And then Morant rams it in.
A huge shot from Morant. Wow. You see why they put the ball in his hands in those situations.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Desmond Bain. First personal foul. Fourth team
So
foul.
the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
For your Rockets.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Two-possession game now. I mean, those were really important foul shots.
Thompson, high post.
The line for Houston. Thompson. Taking.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
Morant passes to Huff. A deep three from Green. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3. That's on Jaren Jackson.
At the line for your Rockets.
The second one drops, and that stretches their lead to 8.
Taking 3.
And so he ends up making 2 out of 3, and it's a 9-point ball game.
And that should be enough to get the job done, even though he didn't get all of it.
And Memphis with another turnover here.
Well, it shows you how crucial communication is. They clearly weren't on the same page there.
Thompson for the triple. Misses there. So Houston wins it. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage.